Good morning, everyone. It's Morgan Templar with your Heal the Divide moment. Today is the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Centers in New York. And here in the United States, it's a day of remembrance and a day of sadness and sorrow, but also a day of understanding and learning how we overcome our fears and overcome our divides and pull people together in spite of tragedy and in spite of loss. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm sorry for the somber tone, but I think that it's warranted, and I think that you'll understand why I have such a deep connection to this. I have people that I know who were involved in the 9/11 event, and at the time I was working at a children's hospital in Salt Lake City, and I happened to be working in the security office. And the morning of that attack, that terrible day, I was called early by a friend who was on a job site early at like 6 in the morning Mountain Time, and he called and he said, "Turn on the news." And I turned the news on and saw all of the rest of the events after the first plane crash pretty much live all day. And then I went to work, and we had it on in the security office all day long. And all day long, I had the rare opportunity of being the recipient of people who shared their fears with me, who walked in lost and afraid and not knowing where to go and not knowing where to turn or who to talk to or what was okay to say and what was okay to feel. And people shared their personal stories of loss and people that they knew who were in the towers. And one woman even came to my office and said, "I was a stewardess until last year, and that was my flight, and I would have been on it today." And as we talked through those things and people opened up and shared their fears, a very common theme ran through that. When tragedy strikes, when something so difficult and devastating occurs, we have two choices. We can choose to reach out to others and to pull together and to create a more unified front of love and caring, or we can be angry and shut people out and push away and be harmful in those moments. And I want to urge us all as we think about the things that occurred that day, especially if you're here in the States and you're thinking about it, as things and tragedies have happened around the world, not just by terrorist attack, but by natural disaster and by random unfortunate accidents. We have the choice. We have the choice to pull together. I do remember those first few weeks after 9/11, how America especially, but the world pulled together, and across the globe we heard, this is all our sadness. This tragedy for all of us across the world. It wasn't just a New York problem. It wasn't just a United States problem. But across the world, we recognized that something tragic had happened, and we pulled together for just that moment. That wasn't lasting, it wasn't forever, and it didn't necessarily have the same reaction everywhere. But I do want to remind us that we have that opportunity every day as we come across those people that we are not quite so sure how to reach across the divide, as we have that fear well up inside of us and we're not sure how to overcome that fear. Reach out, find those you can serve, do good, choose love, choose to heal the divide, choose to step across the negative, step across the fear, to leave it behind and choose the positive. I'm going to leave us with that today. We'll talk more a little bit about fears tomorrow. I hope that you have a day that is appropriate for your memory and appropriately respectful of the events that have happened around the world that we all should remember. Today is a day with a theme of never forget. And that's why I've put this on here today. We do need to heal the divide. We do need to conquer our fears. As we remember 9/11, we need to never forget that tragedy has happened across the globe, across the aisle, across the street, and never forget those things and work to heal the divide. May you have a blessed and happy day.